Hey, what's up, Aries? This is your astrological forecast for the month of August 2016. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, as always, I just wanted to briefly remind you that this is a generalized horoscope for anyone born under the sun, moon, or rising/ascendant sign in the sign of Aries. But if you would like a more personalized, in-depth look at your chart, because remember, we are made of more than one sign, and you have a full chart that is mapped out astrologically and all that good nerdy stuff. So if you want me to interpret that for you, I would love to. Just shoot me an email. My email address is in the description box below, and I'll be glad to reply and let you know how we can get something started for you. All right, Aries, now on to your August forecast. Ooh, this humidity is killer. I can't breathe. So Aries, your major focus this month is going to be on work. Hard work. Boo, I know, it doesn't sound very fun, does it? But also, it can be something that Aries actually cherishes, which is taking care of the body, to get your body right and in shape and looking good. And I know my Aries people, you guys are all about the self fitness and all that good stuff. So this month can definitely help you to get a boost in that area. So let me break down the planetary activity and explain why. So first of all, the sun is traveling still in the sign of Leo for you. And this is up until the 22nd of August. And this is in your 5th house, creativity and fun and romantic dating, the casual crushes and, you know, getting the butterflies in the stomach, the honeymoon stage, first meeting someone and having a great time. It also rules your own business and your children too. So the focus is still going to be there until the 22nd, just like it was all throughout July. However, the main focus is on your 6th house, because all of the energy of the planets is going to shift into Virgo, which is the 6th sign from your sign, you know. So this is the house of your work environment, the daily regimes that you have, the routines that you have, the habits that you have that you do daily, what you do to take care of yourself daily. It's your work environment, which can equal job duties. So we have Venus moving there on the 5th. Venus in the 6th house is a great time to work on your appearance and your health. You know, whatever you do to your body to feel good on the inside will reflect on the outside. Venus is going to be supporting you on that, because Venus is all about the appearance, all about beauty, you know. And then the 6th house is health. Hey, you pair the two together, great time to go back to the gym, to join a new gym, to get started on a workout regime, to get started on a new regime to take care of yourself appearance wise. Buying a new moisturizer, having a new hair care routine. Now this goes for guys and girls, okay? Just any routine that you have to take care of the body, take care of the self. Venus is about the appearance, gonna beautify that, gonna sweeten that for you. Speaking of sweets, Venus in the 6th on the negative side can mean a time where you get addicted to sweets and to food that's very rich. Maybe addicted to foods that are not as healthy for you. Okay, that's because the 6th house is the house of routines and regimes. So things that you get into the habit of doing daily and repetitively. Now with Venus representing food, especially sweets, you may get in that habit this month. So just watch yourself if you are really trying to watch your figure and your diet with Venus in the 6th house. Mercury is going to be in the sign of Virgo all month in your 6th house, okay? Now, Mercury in the 6th, let me tell you, if you're a working Aries, you're going to be super duper busy, even busier than normal. That's because Mercury is the energy of a busybody. Mercury represents the mind, the thought processes, the logic, just your thinking. So your thinking and also your hands, what you do with your hands, skills of the hands, keeping your hands busy, doing a lot of work, okay, processing. That is also Mercury. And the 6th house is all about processes, systems, getting things in order, managing things. Mercury actually rules the sign of Virgo and rules the 6th house. So that equals more busy time to process, to work, to organize, to manage. So if you're a working Aries, definitely going to be busy. If you are not really busy with actual work, working in the workplace, then your mind is definitely going to be on managing your daily routines that you have to take care of yourself, take care of your kids, manage your life, okay? That means making lists, making things that are orderly and systematic, even if you are an Aries that just runs a household, okay? Getting your house in order. The 6th house and Virgo are also energies of order and cleanliness to a degree, so you will be wanting to focus more on getting your house clean. This is a great time to clean out that garage. Clean out those old boxes and get rid of them. Clean out your storage units. You know, even if you just have old crap hanging around your cabinets, your drawers, your closet, this is a great time to manage and organize that and clear it all out and make things more in an orderly way around your house, especially because Mercury is going to be going retrograde. Okay, now on the 15th of August, Mercury goes into shadow period. Shadow period is when Mercury starts to slow down its forward orbits and it comes to like a standstill. Okay, and then on the 30th is when it fully starts its backwards orbit to cause it to be a Mercury retrograde. Retro means going back. So during the shadow period, during this retrograde motion, is definitely a time to go back through old things, get rid of them, and create new systems, new ways of order in your life, whether it's at home, whether it is with just taking care of yourself, or at the job. Now remember, just in general with Mercury retrograde, before the shadow period hits on the 15th of August, make sure that all of your vehicles are in working order, as well as all your electronic devices that you use for communication. That means phones, tablets, laptops, desktop computers, what have you. Make sure all of that is in order and working order, and make sure that you have virus protection. Make sure that your car's warranty is still good. Make sure you get a tune-up. Make sure that you have cases on all of your phones, tablets, and laptops to protect them, okay? That's just a general Mercury retrograde rule to protect those things. On the 22nd, the sun will go into Virgo and put even more of a spotlight and an emphasis on 6th house things. Now, with this ruling health as well, this may bring about some health issues that you may have, bring it more to light so that you can address them and take care of yourself a lot better. So this is a time where maybe you might be making doctor's visits, you know, doctor's appointments. Mercury there will help you to organize and manage anything that you have to do to take care of your health a lot better, whether it's the doctor's orders of taking certain medications, vitamins, or getting more exercise, or if you are more of a DIY, you know, you take care of yourself type of person, this can help you to have your mind set more on that and to actually follow through with routines and schedules, to work out, to have a certain diet, to exercise certain days and certain weeks, certain times, whatever, and also to follow with routines of taking vitamins and you know, really making sure that you do meal prep and all those things. The Sun and Mercury together in that house will definitely help you with those issues. With Jupiter still being in your 6th house of health and in the sign of Virgo as well, if any health issues do come up, and you know, Mercury is you're thinking Mercury can maybe help you to find the root of the issue, you know, and then Jupiter represents gurus, okay? So this can mean like a health guru, including doctors, or if you see any type of alternative medicine guru, you can definitely turn to them and they can give you a lot more help, you know, with resolving your health issues, with helping you to learn how to take care of yourself a lot better. Because also Virgo and the 6th house are energies of routine and processes and the physical body. This is also an energy that is a workaholic energy. It keeps going and going and going until whatever task that it is involved in gets finished. Now, this is an energy of sacrifice as well, okay? Sacrificing your physical health in order to get things done. On the negative side, this, you know, can happen with a concentration of energy in this house. So be sure to really take care of yourself this month, Aries, and don't work too hard to where, you know, you are sacrificing your health. Maybe you're sitting at a desk all day, you have so much work piled on you this month that you just process, work, and then you forget to drink water all day. Oh my gosh, you know, those are things that can easily happen to you with the 6th house energy being very concentrated. But Venus there, positive, can help you out. Mercury can help you to organize. Jupiter can help you find a great doctor or guru so that you can find positive solutions for self-care. On August 2nd, Mars moves into Sagittarius. I know my Aries people, for the first half of the year, Mars was in and out of Scorpio and Sag. When it was in Scorpio, that was an intense time, wasn't it? It was a time where you had to dig deep back into your mind and dig out some old trauma, dig out some old past issues, maybe some issues with like alimony, inheritances, taxes, anything to do with money that's not earned from like working at a job. Any of those issues, intimacy, those things could have come up and have been dug out and brought back to the surface for you to look at and be like, oh my gosh, here it is again. But finally finalize anything that you had to work out while Mars was in Scorpio. Now it is in Sagittarius. It is time to get busy with travel and some happy things, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, just like Aries. Sag is a happy-go-lucky energy. It's optimistic. It's like, you know what? Even though life is giving me lemons, I'm going to turn it into lemonade. I know that it's corny, but you know what? It is optimism, faith, just jumping and having the faith that wherever you leap, you're going to land safely and happily. So this includes travel. It includes taking some actions towards your higher goals. This means taking some action finally towards education. So if any of my Aries were thinking about going back to school, this is definitely a time to get a jump start on that. I know a lot of people go back to school in August in general. Okay, I understand that. But for my Aries people especially, you're going to feel motivated because Mars is your ruling planet. Mars is all about drive, action, ambition, not just talking, but doing. Okay, so do it. Go back to school. Get that education started or finished. This is definitely an excellent time. Travel plans can be proceeded with now, so some long distance travel is what Sag and the ninth house represent. So actually making that trip out of the country or even just out of state, like across your own country, is excellent for when Mars goes into the ninth. Now Mars will meet with Saturn this month, okay? Now Mars and Saturn together are all about hard work. All about hard work. Mars is the drive. Saturn is like the operation and the brains behind it that gets things in order and says, let's do things step by step by step. Mars actually doesn't really feel comfortable with Saturn completely because Mars just wants to go forward non-stop, just take action. But Saturn is like, hold up, Mars, slow your roll, homie, okay? Because you can't just jump and fly, all right? You have to have a plan first. So when the two come together, maybe a little bit uneasy, but it'll definitely help you to get things accomplished in an orderly fashion and be able to look before you leap, but still get things done. Take great strides towards success, especially with your education and higher goals. All right, so let's talk about these moons now. Every month there's a full moon and a new moon. New moons bring new beginnings. They birth something brand new because it's when the sun and moon come together in the same sign and the same degree, and they give birth to something new. This may mean clearing the grounds, clearing away the old and making room for the new. Or it may mean just something brand new, like being welcomed into your life, like magic, right? The full moon is when the sun and moon are opposite, okay? So it can be a very super intense time because of that. Because it's like whatever area of life the moon is transiting through, the sun is opposite. So there can be a tug of war, a push-pull for you to go in either direction. And you can, get very easily like, oh, what do I do? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? And then you're caught in the middle and you're being pulled and it's like so intense. And then finally something has to break. A breakthrough has to happen where you make a decision. Okay, well, I'm going to go this way. Okay, no, I'm going to go that way. Or no, I'm going to make a balance between the two opposing energies. Okay, so that is a full moon. Now, the new moon this month is going to be in the sign of Leo at 11 degrees Leo. This happens in your 5th house. So this is on August 2nd, and the sun, is there until the 22nd. So your 5th house is still highlighted, even though the 6th house is like super concentrated. So what this is going to bring is a new beginning in regards to your children. If you have children, or maybe the decision to have children if you do not already. This is also a decision when it comes to your own business. So you started from the ground up, from scratch. You birthed that business. Okay, you started it, you created it. That is something that can have a new beginning. My papers are blowing away. But anyway, you can have a new beginning there. Maybe you decide to finally take action to start that business. Maybe you had some like old, business partnership financial stuff to work out when Mars was in Scorpio. And then now that it leaves Scorpio, exactly on the 2nd, the same day as the new moon, now that all of that stuff is taken care of, maybe it's out of your life, it's completed, it's time to get busy with starting all over again, fresh and new with a new business. All that financial junk is settled. Now I can actually take out a loan with the bank or whatever and get this new business up and running. A brand new business idea can be given birth to. This can be a new romantic relationship or a new beginning in an existing one. And remember, that is the butterflies in the tummy. You just meet somebody, you guys are texting each other. Hey, how are you, beautiful? I'm great, handsome. How are you? Just a little flirtation stages. You can have a new beginning in a relationship like that. Or maybe you can start a new hobby, Aries, especially with all the 6th house energy going on, encouraging you to take better care of your health. You can start a new active hobby with a new moon in the 5th house that can push you even more towards your healthy goals. Full moon that happens is on the 18th of August, and this is in the sign of Aquarius at 26 degrees Aquarius. So this is in your 11th house. The 11th house is friendships. It is big groups that you belong to. This can be groups of friends. It can be organizations or causes that you belong to. It can be like social media networks and groups that you're in, like on Facebook or what have you. Now, a full moon there means the sun and moon are opposite. So the sun is still going to be in Leo when this happens, and then the moon is in Aquarius. So we got the 5th and the 11th house. So it can be that maybe like a hobby that you start with a group of friends. A decision is made, a final decision is made with the full moon. Now this is also a lunar eclipse, which makes it even more significant as far as the decisions made. The effects of the decisions made can last a lot longer with an eclipse. Instead of month to month like the usual full moon, it can be like whatever happens now can last up to 6 months. A full moon in the 11th house can bring an end to a friendship. Just being completely honest, I have seen this before with full moons in the 11th, okay? It can bring an end to a friendship, but maybe it's for the better. It's for the greater good of yourself. Maybe a new friendship begins, and maybe it begins out of a romance or vice versa. Maybe hanging out with a group of friends brings you a new romantic relationship, whether with a friend or somebody that a friend introduces you to. This can mean a new beginning as far as you having your own business, right? Which is the 5th house where the sun is at. And then the 11th house is like networking out there on social media and advertising yourself to like big groups of the masses, right? So this can be a new beginning and a decision of whether or not you're going to go in a certain direction in those regards. Now this eclipse is also making a sextile to Uranus in your sign of Aries, in your 1st house of the self. So whatever decision is made on the full moon is definitely going to be something that makes you feel like it's true to you, and it can be a breakthrough all of a sudden that makes you feel like you are on your true path, because the 1st house of the self is your life path, and Uranus is all about breaking tradition, breakthroughs that are like, you know what, I just have to be me. I don't want to follow the norms. I don't want to follow the crowds. I just have to be authentically myself. Either on or after this full moon eclipse in Aquarius. And Aquarius is an energy that is ruled by Uranus. So the energies are similar. They have the same drive and message to them, which is be true to yourself. So definitely take advantage of that full moon energy to just have a breakthrough, to be true to you, even if it's on social media, on a creative outlet. Be true to yourself, Aries. That's what this eclipse is definitely going to help highlight for you. All right, Aries, so last but not least, what I'm going to do is pull 2 cards for you guys this month from my Angel Tarot deck from Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine. I'm going to pull one for the new moon, which is on August 2nd in the sign of Leo, and one for the full moon eclipse in the sign of Aquarius. It happens on August 18th. So I'll be right back. I'm going to shuffle and pull the cards. All right, Aries, I'm back with your cards. Now let's start with the card I pulled for the new moon on August 2nd in the sign of Leo. I pulled the Queen of Earth. Take a look at the card. Now, this is about creativity and money. Okay. The message on the card says, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. That's the card message. Now, When I look at the image, I noticed that, okay, the Queen of Earth, she is a manifester. Look at, she's like manifesting things, right? She's creating things. It's a lot of magic. There are coins flying around. That to me tells me that, now you see the sign of Leo is all about creativity. Your fifth house, where the new moon is, a new beginning in regards to creativity. So this can mean creating your own business that does end up generating a good amount of income. So that's awesome. However, this new moon is making a trine aspect to Saturn, which is all about grounding, okay? So you do need to be sensible when it comes to your finances, even though you may be having a great time creating a business. Or, since the fifth house is also about children, you know, creating children. Remember, if you decide to have children, children are very costly, okay? So even though there's coins flying around, which means it can have to do with children and money. I know a lot of kids are going back to school, and you want to just give everything to your kids that they need, but you may need to make sure, especially because Saturn's making a positive aspect, which is a trine, but it's reminding you, hey, Aries, we need to still be sensible with our finances and watch them, you know. So make some great financial decisions when it comes to fifth house and Leo matters. Kids, your own business, creativity, and fun and dating. It also calls for you to still make sure that you spend time with people that you love and care about, like your kids or your romantic partners. Even though you might be busy with your hobbies or your business or work, these people that are in your life that you care for, they still want you to spend time with them. They still want you to have some fun with them this month. So that's very important. And the fact that there are two little bunnies, it's hard to see, but there are two little bunnies there. Bunnies represent fertility. And the fifth house is all about fertility. So is Leo. Creativity, creating children, creating people. Hello. So this can mean that there can be something that comes about for you as far as news of a pregnancy or maybe a birth of a child, either of your own or maybe like your spouse is giving birth or whatever. And this can have a financial element to it, you know. But definitely creativity. Make wise decisions when it comes to your creativity, your business, and your children. And make time for those that care about you. Now, for the full moon that's happening on the 18th in the sign of Aquarius, the full moon eclipse, that is, I pulled the Ego card. So take a look at that. And the message on the card is a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Now, you see here, the man on the card has a mask, okay? So he doesn't see this angel, this great angel behind him. He has he has like a bag of coins, a bag of treasures, you know. He is really holding on to these things, okay? Now, this card is ego. Now, this person does not see that he is being helped by this beautiful angel behind him. What this tells me when I interpret this card is, for one thing, this has to do with Aquarius, full moon in Aquarius, because it's Aquarius and Leo being opposite to one another. Leo is definitely about the ego, okay? So, false sense of entrapment. You may be trapped within your ego so much that you forget about the outside world, the rest of the world, which is Aquarius. Now, this is also speaking to you making decisions that have to do with realizing that you are a unique individual, okay? You're an individual, but it doesn't mean just be self-centered individual, all right? It means still be an individual, but also to have that balance of caring about humanity as well as caring about yourself. The false sense of entrapment part, I feel like, speaks to Uranus being in your sign and this full moon making a positive aspect to it, and also it being in Aquarius. As I spoke about earlier with the full moon, be true to yourself, break free, and remind yourself that you are a unique individual. You can do your own thing, but it's all about balancing out things, okay? Like being true to yourself, but not stomping all over other people, which is what an egotistical person can definitely do. So this ego card is definitely calling you to make a balance between things, to have a healthy ego and have a healthy sense of self and have a healthy relationship with other people and still stay true to you while still being respectful towards other people. All right, Aries, so that was your August forecast. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was insightful for you. Be sure to subscribe if you would like to see monthly horoscopes every month, because I do them every single month. I absolutely love it. I also mention different transits. You could follow me on Snapchat. I'm on there. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on all of those outlets. And also shoot me an email or hit me up on any of those outlets if you would like a reading, and I'll let you know how we can get that scheduled. Take care of yourselves literally this month, Aries people, and enjoy. I'll see you guys in September. Peace.